Hello, hi guys. Welcome to K-Popscape, your escape to the world of K-pop. Today, I'll be talking about the many offenses of the JYP and JYP Entertainment artists. I had a schedule set out for when I was gonna do these, and then life just be lifing. So these are coming as fast as I can get them out, and I had to take time to look up some of this stuff. I feel like all the stuff about SM artists just spilled into my lap, and then the stuff about JYP artists is a little bit harder to find. And some of this stuff I had to put down what I remember from me seeing it in 4K. So despite some offenses with some JYP artists that I didn't find, or I've only been a K-pop fan since 2018, and a lot of these artists was on JYP in 2011 and stuff, and I was fresh out of high school, still listening to R&B and hip-hop and stuff. So, yeah. Alright, so, this is the many offenses of JYP. Alright, so we're gonna start this off with so it seems like JYP Park Jin Young, the CEO of JYP Entertainment, JYP Entertainment was founded in 1997, I believe. That's what I read, by JYP. He is no longer the CEO of it right now, but he still is a major shareholder, so his opinion still matters. So JYP seemed pretty fixated on weight, which all companies are, but JYP artists have openly spoken about how strict they are, the rules. Somi, when she was in JYP, has told many stories how she had to sneak food and hide to eat food in the bathroom. And I think the girls of Twice used to get trainee Bang Chan them to steal food for them to bring it to them. The SM episode where with Wade, they had people literally watching Wendy and making sure she's eating what she's supposed to, and stuff like that. Pretty much they didn't do that in JYP, but they still were on their butts about what they ate. Momo was forced to lose 7 kilograms, which equates to 15 pounds in 7 days, in order to appear in I think the debut showcase of Twice. I think she ate ice for those 10 days only. That's what I read somewhere. What else? He also has a favoritism in girl groups and boy groups. He puts more effort in the girl groups than the boy groups. It seems like every boy group has maybe a week and a half of promotion, and then he moves over to Twice or ITZY or whatever girl group he had at the time. So he has way more trainees. He should there's a lot of trainees there, but then a lot of trainees leave to go to other companies to try to debut. So even if it seems like he has a lot of trainees, a lot of them leave, i.e. Somi. She was supposed to be a part of ITZY. She left before debut. This happened in other companies too, where people left before debut in groups they were supposed to be in. I think she was supposed to be, somebody was supposed to be in ITZY, but she left. Like, he always has to have his name on a song. Like, if you've ever noticed debut songs or their comeback song, his name is on the producer thing. When I don't even think he produces anything. Like, he didn't make the beat half the time. He might have changed a line or two, but he didn't produce. Cause there's a lot of, like, GOT7 songs that, like, JB or Jin Young has written, but JYP put his name on it because he wants his little cut of the check when it sells or whatever. I say a lot. I know I'm reading off a book. I'm reading my notes, so I say before I go to the next point. Yeah. So JYP pushes concepts on each group. Like, the group don't pick their own concepts. He picks their concepts, and a lot of their concepts are very much the same. Like, I feel like he'll be at home watching music videos, and he'll see another group's concept and take it. I mean, literally, that was the what was it? That was the, like, when NMIXX debuted, or their debut images came out. It was very similar to ATEEZ's whole concept and their images, and it was a big backlash for that. That's what I mean. Like, he just, like, nobody has done the concept like ATEEZ's. ATEEZ's concept is very storyline. Concept is very unique. Like, new groups that are debuting. Some groups that debut, not even newer groups, some groups that have debuted in, like, Delta 10 or whatever, have concepts and they follow that concept. Like, i.e. BTS, they have the same running concept. ATEEZ has the same running concept. Guys have the same running concept. I don't even remember. But, like, there's two groups that have the same running concept. Like, GOT7's concepts were, like, all over the place. Like, they have bright color, cute little concepts, and then they have, I think it was the Look album. After that album, their concept was kind of getting more uniform, but like, the Look concept compared to the Not by the Moon concept, which is like the last concept before they left, they are not even in the same universe like the teasers is, kind of. So that's what I mean. Although I love concept, I love their music, so they don't really have to have a concept for me. I'm just saying. Who's it? JYP. Who's Your Mama? This is his video. Also, he has a bad habit of saying he's retiring and come out of nowhere and does music. If you're retiring, that means don't do music. He says, I'm retired. I'm gonna retire. Every time he said he's retired or have retired, he has been featured on or have made a song with one of his old artists from his company, like Somi, or not Somi. What was it? Hyuna was in one of his videos, or was it? Oh, that was a side video. Take that back. My bad. What was it? I just seen it. Him and Sunmi did a song together, and then him and Rain did a song together, which they both were former JYP artists, and he released some music. Like, he would say he's retiring, but still release music. If you're retiring, you should not be on the track. You could be producing the track. You should not be on the song at all. That's not what the retirement means. That means you're not doing music. You're not putting your voice on the song unless you're producing it. Off topic, same goes for J Park, because he said he's retiring from the music industry, literally stepped down from his two companies just to go and start another company and release songs after he said retiring. He's not retired. It's stupid. Anyways, I feel like if you're going to say you're retiring and then you release a song, just say you're not retired. Instead of say I'm retiring and then you release a new song once a year or 2 times a year and it disappears into obscurity. Talk so fast, my words don't make no sense. Yeah, Who's Your Mama by JYP was made to mock American artists and their over-sexuality. Says the man who makes younger girls uncomfortable when he makes comments about them. Older men, in general, not even just Korea, but in the world, tend to make inappropriate comments. Some men, not all men, tend to make inappropriate comments about two younger girls all the time, because some believe younger is ripe and whatever. A lot of these men prey upon younger girls. He told a 15-year-old girl he couldn't concentrate because how pretty she is. I think it was like auditions for 16 or something, and she was visibly uncomfortable. You're 30-something years old. You're old enough to be her dad. Why are you... Was he 30-something back then? Probably, yeah, late 30s. He's old enough to be her parent. He did not do that. That is weird. Older men do not need to compliment younger girls. Nobody asks for that. They don't want you to compliment them. Whoever told you they like compliments, probably from the cute boy in her class, not from you, Grandpa. She probably thinks you're 45. Don't do that. We're going towards Wonder Girls. JYP had Sohee and Sunmi drop out of high school for the sole purpose to promote Badly in America. Badly was the comeback, not doing it badly. If you look on YouTube, there are old videos of when they were promoting in America, of them on Conan, and they had a movie on Teen Nick, or like a special on Nickelodeon back in the day, like 10 plus years ago. He made them drop out against their wishes. They didn't want to drop out of school. That's why when Sunmi left JYP, she went back to school. She didn't want to drop out. One of Sunmi's very popular songs, she presented to JYP, and he said he didn't like it. Or he made comments about it, basically saying he didn't like it, and when she went solo, released it, and it got really popular that people were doing the choreography for it. A lot of these CEOs think they know what they're talking about, but a lot of them fumble the bag. Because they end up not signing. Like, he had Jisoo under his company for 10 years. And he had this man who's clearly an R&B singer, clearly a gospel singer, singing house music. This is what I talk about with JYP all the time. He's the king of trying to push house music or jazz on the people, and nobody in this century or this generation listens to house music like that or jazz like that. Like, you want people to do, you want your artists to do, like, what was it, aerobics music, and no, like, I get they trying to appeal to the Hajamas or Hajamas of Korea, but no, especially if these companies try to push their artists internationally, but then only put the thoughts or only be considerate of the Korean like public, and then you wonder why your artists are getting backlash for doing something that will offend somebody who isn't Korean, because you don't care about Koreans like that. Or not Koreans. They care about Koreans a lot. They don't care about international things. They want the sales to happen, but they're not going to get the sales because they're not appealing to the masses. He also had a bad habit of inserting himself in situations he don't need to insert himself in, because for some odd reason he thinks he's hilarious. I don't know if it's to the Korean public or something. He thinks he's hilarious and he needs to insert himself to be the comic relief. He did it to GOT7 when they were on Knowing Bros. So he went with them because they're not funny. GOT7 is hilarious. They are funny as hell. Without him, they was what made that stay funny. He did the same thing to Wonder Girls. In their Teen Nick movie for comic relief. He's not funny. Why would Americans think not old, he wasn't old then. People call him old because he's older now. An older Asian man to be funny. He's not funny. He's not Heechul. He's not none of the comics on Norm Bros or none of the comics on Saturday Night Live in Korea. He's not even a castmate. How would he know if he's funny? He's never been in like a film or did TV to know if he's funny. Like, who told him he was funny? He went, well, he inserted himself in one girl's promotion schedule in America, even though he already sent them with managers. So he sent them over here to promote their stuff, and they already had managers with them. He had a whole company to run, but instead of running the company, he went to America to help promote his girl group, which I don't think was necessary. Because he has a whole other company with 5-6 other groups that he had to work with to promote in the career probably at the same time, or like stuff to do in there. And back then, the only FaceTime related thing we had was fucking Skype, like that type stuff to communicate. So he couldn't even like call people to FaceTime him to like do Zoom like calls, conference calls and stuff. Excuse me, my daughter's in the background making noises. I'm like, he does have some connections to the US because I think back in his artist days of pre JYP Entertainment, he used to produce. He produced in America a lot. So he has some connections, but he don't need to go with people. They know you're JYP's artist. One of the managers, hopefully, who speaks English, could have came in and was like, yeah, this is Wonder Girls, JYP's artist. And they're like, oh, okay, or JY Soul. I don't know what he called himself now. I think it's JY Soul or some shit. I don't remember. 2013, JYP chose to do nothing with Miss A. Yes, Suzy was acting, but Min, Faye, and Gia were giving barely variety shows, acting opportunities, solo, etc. They were giving a comeback in 2015. By then, JYP had focused on the next girl group. The only reason it took them until 2017 to disband was because they were waiting for their contract to end. A lot of the girl groups back then were waiting to their contract to end to leave. Those Wonder Girls, Miss A, 15am, they all waited until the contract ended instead of dealing with the dispute and possibly owing back pay or money if they broke their contract. So they just waited till it ended. 15am, which was Jamie and Yiren. After JYP plucked them off of a K-pop star, he let them go to waste. After 3 years of terrible promotion on JYP's part, 5 singles, no support, the girls were sent into a 4-year hiatus. They wanted to disband in 2017 like Miss A. They were waiting for their contract to end. Now, recently, because Eric Nam, this is not JYP related, this is Jamie related, or Jimin. Her name is Park Jimin, but her English name is Jamie, because there's already a Jimin, very popular Jimin, as in Park Jimin of BTS. So she goes by Jamie, and she debuted later, because BTS debuted in 2012? Yeah, and 15 and debuted in 2015. So, or 2014. Their music started coming out in 2015. So yeah, she goes by Jamie. So Eric Nam has him and his brothers came up with has their own company called Dive Studios, where they have some of their K-pop friends or Korean entertainment friends have podcasts and shows and all types of things on it. Like Eric has his own show, the Daybox show. And Tableau's had a show on his Daybox show. Tableau's also had a show off of it. Like, he had a podcast at one point, and then he left from it, and then he ended up opening it up again and had one under Eric Nam's company, and then Jay from Day 6 had the podcast with Alexa. So, anyways, they have a little show called Waiting, where like 6 idols do like variety show like competition things, and Jamie's on there, and Jamie speaks fluent English. Now, I'll say that as it's not fluent as in American fluent. There's still some grammatical errors when she talks. Same with any idol who's born in Korea but speaks English. Some of them don't. Their sentence structure kind of messes up sometimes. So it was a situation where she was talking to Kehoe, and he said something about how many people will go up, and he said 3, and she said, "You cap," and people have been bullying her on there, talking about she's trying too hard, she's cringy. She's been, her personality-wise, been that way since she was on After School. She's always been that way. You can ask Eric, you can ask Woo-sung, Kevin. She's been the same way. Her personality's been the same. Now, like I said, being an English-speaking Korean born in Korea, there are grammatical errors. So when you say that's cap, which is you're lying, she just said you cap, which is wrong, but the overall effort was right. I just let idols mess it up. They close enough. She probably says it because a lot of her friends probably say it. Because she is friends with like Vernon from 17 and Woods, and they speak English, and she's friends with Eric. I don't think Eric says cap though, but because he's like he's older. Like, I don't even say cap. I know what it means, but I don't every day say cap or that's cap. Like, I know the it's a good thing if you're a millennial and there's new grammar or new words they add in that you should just learn what it means. You don't have to add it to your vocabulary, but know what it means. So if a younger kid does say it to you, you know what it means. That's what I do because I have younger siblings. But yeah, so people bully idols for no reason sometimes. They think that, like, Jamie's obnoxious, They do the same thing with Jackson. Even though there's some situations where in K-pop, they do give people their, like, this is your role in the group, and this is your role in the group, and sometimes some idols take that role and then are completely different behind closed doors. But there are some people that are, like, genuinely just a goofball. Like, Jackson's genuinely a goof, and Jamie's genuinely a goof. BM is genuinely a goofball. Like, Eric is a goof. He's funny as hell. Padil has dry sarcasm as well. Like, there are people who are just naturally funny, and it's not putting on the act. Some of them just, But yeah, so let's move on to 2 a.m. So 2 a.m. and 2 p.m., which is 2 JYP groups, were supposed to be one group, but JYP decided to put all his effort in 2 p.m. instead of 2 a.m. And JYP co-managed 2 a.m. with Big Hit. So I think Big Hit promoted them more over there, and then he promoted 2 p.m. over there, or over JYP, and then Bang pinning them, promoted them over at Big Hit, but he did it to save money, so he collabed with like a friend and be like, yeah, let's split costs. Yeah, so 2 p.m. and there are many offenses. So Jay Park, who used to be the leader of 2 p.m., he was only there for like 2.5 years. He's from Seattle. He's a Korean American. He went over there to be famous, I guess, or be an artist, and he debuted at 2 p.m. He's a leader. I don't know what transpired where he ended up going on MySpace at the time and rant, but he went on there, and there was, for the younger people, there was an area where you could write out stuff and like poems and blogs and stuff on MySpace if you wanted to. And in that section, he basically said that Korea was whack and that K-pop was gay. Which, in the context, I get what he means, but there's a lot of homoerotic things in K-pop. But Korea is very much a conservative country, so I don't know why these companies think they should make these dudes or even girls and dudes things they do to appeal to whoever the people that they hate, or to appeal to, I don't know who they try to appeal to. But if you're conservative, which means you probably believe being gay is a sin, why are you having your idols do the pokey little game or hug on and fake kiss or touch on each other? It's whatever makes y'all money, but I think it's dumb. And then they turn around and make it a point to tell you, even if you're thinking that I'm straight. It's like stupid. I don't know. So yeah, Nick Hyun was involved in a drunk driving incident in 2012. June K was involved in drunk driving or DUI. He had to do it DUI in 2018. He apologized and then went off into enlistment right after. So he disappeared. So I think evade is being on the tabloids and people harassing him about it. Although Korea is a very hyper drinking country, like the drinking age is 19. So people, by the time they're in their early to mid 20s, they have a high drinking tolerance, and they still think they could drive because there's not really there are taxis in Korea, but it's not like some taxis are asses. They would zoom past people. So I mean, good thing they have a rideshare thing nowadays and like Uber and stuff. But back then, I don't know if they have Uber, but like back then, getting a cab. Some celebrities just don't want to get a cab. They have their own cars. So they rather drive their own cars. I don't know. He wore a hat with braids for the Think About You era. Taekyun also had a dreads on around had braids, cornrows in his hair back in 2010-ish. We'll move on to GOT7, boys. GOT7 and ITZY and Stray. I'm gonna do ITZY. ITZY, Yeji wore cornrows. She also wore a dread-like hairstyle in the chest. It was a wannabe video. She had like this hairstyle and it had like gel little twist dread-like things in her hair. She also called the hairstyle swag. Leah wore a Native American headdress. Leah also made a colorist remark to Chaeryeon, suggesting that dark skin wouldn't suit her. She later apologized for it. So don't bring it up in a fan war, because she apologized. And she hasn't made a remark about anything like that since. Ryujin had cornrows as well. Like she had like little, like a lot of K-pop artists had that hairstyle where it was like half braided, 3 braids on one side in their hair, make it look like a undercut like situation, but it wasn't. Chaeryeon performed a dance that was seen as mocking Desi culture. Yuna imitated native cries. The whole group laughed when Yuna was imitating the native cries. They also, as a group, which I feel like JYP, because he approved it, incorporated native cries in one of their songs. And they incorporated native cries in one of their songs. I Don't Wanna Dance song, whatever. I don't remember hearing about that one or the comeback, so I'm one song behind. But I've watched every comeback of theirs. Rain, in his music video, LA Song, he depicted black women whose chest and buttocks enlarged significantly after being kissed by him, which in turn is just sexualizing black women, overtly sexualizing black women. Which, over-sexualizing of groups is annoying. At least to me. I don't know, like, you don't need to over-sexualize people. It's in bad taste. like America over sexualizes too, but I mean the whole music industry over sexualizes women. The whole era, I grew up in the era of video girls and women with their boobs out, and literally like the tip drill era. So I've seen some shit. So I had notes for the GOT7 and Stray Kids. I'm gonna try. I said it. I don't know what. I'm gonna try to get as many as I remember because a lot of this stuff happened in recent years. So we'll do GOT7. So let's see. My daughter's in the background still. Please, just my mom who likes that, who likes K-pop. So BTS or not BTS. Wow. Sorry to all the opposites. My mind is everywhere, so I'm multitasking. GOT7. So JB has had like the same gel dread things that Yeji has had. What else has I believe somebody in GOT7 has worn the hat with the fake braids in it. I don't remember who, but someone has. Jackson has also wore the fake gel dreads, and he did something with blackface, and the way he reacted to it was very much problematic and defensive automatically, which I think he now, because he's in therapy and has took time to learn himself and err his ways. So people like to bring up old stuff, and yeah, he hasn't properly apologized for it, but he hasn't changed. So apparently there's a situation where Jin Young was in the drama and his co-star was 14. He was like, I don't know, legal, so like 20 something. They had a kissing scene, but there's no guarantee that their lips actually made contact. They probably did like movie kiss type of kisses, or fake kissing. I think like in the drama, there was an actress for the drama, and she backed out last minute. They had to pick up another person. Because a lot of dramas that like Jin Young and JB were in the beginning of their career, like especially the JJ Project phase of life, were produced by JYP. Dream High 1 and 2 and Dream Night and stuff. So they were in that situation. Mark's friends, apparently. GOT7 was at Mark's house for the first time in a while since he came back home to LA to visit. They were at Mark's house, and one of Mark's friends told a young Bam Bam, he was like 17, 16, that the N-word meant friend, and it was a video of him saying it. And he later apologized for it, although JYP tried to refrain him from apologizing for it. He literally took his phone from his phone, and his mom released an apology for him. I already have my feelings about Mark's friends. He's loyal to them. Although he's famous, and being loyal to people like that will fuck up the brand. But whatever. They from LA, so apparently they can dictate who can say the N-word, despite them being Asian. But whatever. What else? GOT7. Yugyeom was drinking on camera. They were in LA. I think because he was of age, like the legal age in Korea at the time, he was drinking. But in America, the legal drinking age was 21. So fans were like, "That's wrong," and judging him and this and the third. Like, a lot of fans want K-pop artists to adhere to their country's rules. Well, that's not where they're from, so they don't have to do it the American way, or the Chinese way, or the like other Asian countries' way, or other like Africa, Brazil, like their way. They do it their country's way, but they were raised like what other offenses? I don't think there's any more offenses with that family. No shake it. Christopher Bang-Chick. I just think I call him Chris Bang twice. Anyway, Christopher Bang wore cornrows. He had long hair. He had braids in his hair. Or I forgot what to come back, but I remember him having braids in his hair and people were on his ass about it. What else? There was a supposedly bullying scandal with Hyunjin, but come to turn out, all the kids were mean to each other, not necessarily bullying each other, but they all were mean. I think Hyunjin was taken up for a friend or something. But there are some people in Korea who are self-righteous, who feel like idols take their dream and they want to mess up their lives, i.e. that An Sohee girl who tried to mess up B.I. and Won Ho's life. She was a former trainee and apparently she's a drug addict at that rate because she keeps getting caught with drugs that are illegal in Korea. And I think she's kind of a chaebol in a way. A chaebol is a rich person or a person from a rich family who has ties where they can get away with a lot of shit because they have money and they can pay it away. But recently she has been basically put in jail to refrain from her trying to flee because she's trying to flee out of Korea multiple times to avoid arrest. So she's a former YG trainee. But yeah, so Hyunjin had that situation happen, but he was innocent in the situation. Han had a freestyle or something that was released from him back when he was 13, and he did say the N-word, and it was kind of like he was angry, or I think he said it because he is a hip-hop fan, and some of these Koreans seem very kind of impressionable where they just copy what they see because they think that's what will get them fame, and it's not. A lot of these idols who just are themselves get more praise than the ones who fake to be something else, like Queen Wasabi. She's trying so hard to be different, even though she's a former school teacher. Now she all of a sudden wants to be a rapper who twerks and wears Kankaline braids and stuff, and like even it's just she terrifies people, and literally Jessie thinks she's insane. So people like that who think they have to change themselves to adhere to the masses, even though if you watch a lot of Show Me Money, if you ever see the freestyles, a lot of the like the battles where there's like one Korean person or one person that's like has braids or dreads in their hair, and they get called out for not being one Korean because they're wearing dreads and braids and baggy clothes and a tan and stuff like that. Like there was an old episode where this Korean man was trying to rap and just said an N-word, and there's a Korean artist, I think, who's American, and he was like in awe, like in shock and awe that this man was sitting here just saying the word all willy-nilly like. Yeah, so that. What else? There's something on there with Sunman too, but I don't remember what it was. So, and then the whole Wooyoung thing, or Woojin thing, with him leaving, and there was some speculation that he was abusing a member of Boy Story and stuff like that, and that's why he got kicked out, and he was highly inappropriate to like female fans and stuff. So that's that. I think that's all I have for JYP, because there's some groups that either left JYP a long time ago, or what was it? they show information online of what they've done offensively, I have to ask like my other K-pop friends who've been in K-pop fan longer than I have to tell me if somebody has done something cringe-like, problematic-like. So yeah, thank you for this chaotic episode of K-Popscape. I'm trying to get these out as much as possible or as quick as possible before we go on our indefinite hiatus. I might pop up every once in a while for something on my mind or something happens. Something happens in K-pop that's worth talking about on here, you know. So yeah, thank you guys. Please listen to our podcast. We are on Spotify, Podcaster by Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast. I was going to put us on iHeart Music, but like I doubt anybody's gonna like see it and be like, yeah, listen to this, because it's on Apple and on Spotify, and we're getting the listens, but not the way we wanted them to, but it's because of our inconsistencies. So yeah, thank you for being here and trying to be loyal. Hello to all the listeners in America, Korea, Ireland. I can't think of other places. There are other countries. Hi y'all. Appreciate y'all. Follow us on TikTok and on Instagram. Peace out. Till next time.